Hi everybody, this is a really interesting book written in Portuguese, published in Brazil, about the Terreiros of Egungun, the ancestral worship spaces in Brazil, dedicated specifically to the cults of the egun. And within the Brazilian candomble houses of worship, there is quite a clear division between male ancestors who are venerated through Egungun, masquerading, and have principally male orders of initiation. There are places, of course, for women, however, and for female deities. However, the structure of Egungun worship is principally around major male ancestors, and the complement to that are the iyaami for the ancestral female powers. What I like about this book is that it has the lineages of the Egungun Terreiros. It speaks about the sacred grove of Egungun, the Igbale. It talks about Oya's presence and place, especially the road or camino of Oya Igbale, who dresses in white and presides over the asheshe or funeral ceremonies as well. And this particular Oya Igbale has a special place within the Egungun Terreiros and means of worship. So it does cover a lot of the principal figures of Egungun priests, titles, duties. It talks about the geographical areas of Egungun worship. One of the longest running commentaries and debates about ancestral worship and these masquerading cults in Brazil are they relatively recent, or are they have they been inherited and generated since the times of slavery in Brazil? Because one of the major differences between Cuba and Brazil in terms of Orisha worship is that Brazilian Orisha worshippers were they're more able to keep ties with West Africa, with Yoruba land, so that people, ideas, goods flowed back and forth between and across the Atlantic between these two areas. So maintaining ties to West Africa was implicit over the centuries and over the years for Afro-Brazilian practitioners, not so much within Cuba. So one of the debates within Afro-Brazilian religious practices centers on Egungun and whether the masquerading traditions were reintroduced in the 19th and 20th century to Brazil, or have they always been present? So that is discussed a little bit about it within this volume. It's a little hard to get, I'm sorry, but I'm hoping that you can see some of this work so that you can have an idea of what it contains, and if you are lucky enough to be able to acquire it, I think it's well worth it. And you should try and pick it up and learn a little bit about the intricate ceremonies and structure of Egungun worship. It's also interesting to note that within the Egungun Terreiros, the Orisha Olokun plays a significant role, and for Afro-Cuban Lukumi worshippers, we know that, or we venerate Olokun as one of the guardians of souls on their transition to and from earth and heaven, mediated through water. So that's also something that you can read about here. And I look forward to the next blog. Thank you very much.